All right, we are Bunty Bastards and we have a fake pundit. He just won the Ballon d'Or of fake punditry. First time ever. He's going to win for the next whatever years he's alive, which is pretty much forever because he's actually very close to Elon Musk, who's been giving him some potion and he's going to be doing some Neuralink in his head. So this guy's going to live for like, I don't know, a few million years. All right, on that note, let's start. England was supposed to get thrashed in this match and it looked like it was going to happen, but it's not happening anymore, at least right now. Do you think, Lal, is it time for Rahane and Pujara to become commentators like DK? Oh, great commentators like DK.
He's the hottest thing in English cricket right now, like English media. Anyways, I think coming back to the question, it's getting close that Rahane and Pujara have to think of a different line of work. It's getting very, very close. This probably is the make or break series. They still have 7 innings. Okay, it's not a short rope. They still have 7 innings to show us they have something left in the tank. Otherwise, I'm afraid it's time to do some massive changes.
All right. So the better half of Blunty Bastards or Bunty Bastard or Blunt Bastard, what do you think? Is it time for both of them to go become commentators? There'll be too many fucking commentators like this.
I think one of them needs to be dropped because it's getting very difficult.
Which one? We don't have time. Just give the name.
I think Pujara should be dropped first.
No sitting on the fence. Pujara is out. Okay, going on to the next question. I think both should be dropped. I've just had enough. Put Surya Kumar, put anybody bloody in there. Just get him going. Get Mayank fixed the same way Anderson got fixed within overnight by Elon Musk potions. And now he bowled like 30 overs and he's going to play till he's 50. Now, what will happen first? Kohli winning a toss or Ash when playing for India? I know this is a very touchy question for you. Or James Anderson retiring from cricket?
I would definitely rule Anderson retiring from cricket. Absolutely. He probably will play for 5 more years. So that's out of the question. I think everything will happen before Ashwin playing again, a test match again overseas. So I think I would put my money on Kohli winning it's 50-50 odds. He might win. Who knows?
Do you agree with him?
I think Ashwin will definitely play the next match by the looks of it because we are not getting them out and there'll be a huge outcry that why Ashwin is not playing. In fact, he can play for either Pujara or Rahane
as the batsman who can also bowl. Okay, we're gonna come back to that because another question. I don't want Lal, the gully cricket. What is your name now? Gully cricket legend. To let's just move on to the next question. So it's like, should Virat Kohli retire from tosses in all forms of cricket or any tosses ever effective immediately? Because this guy simply cannot win a toss.
Don't finish that question. Yes, the answer is
yes.
I would
absolutely
love to see some stats of captains with the worst toss winning ratios.
He doesn't even look. I've seen him. Yeah, he doesn't even look. He's like, yeah, haari gaya aise bhi.
Yeah, whatever. Do whatever. I'm fine.
He's like pretty good, right? So now, as we seen in the yesterday, the decision making in the DRS was horrible. Do you think Siraj Kohli, the Pant, is the worst decision making try ever for DRS?
Absolutely the worst.
What about Payne, Labuschagne and Lyon? They were also terrible.
No. Let me tell you. Even if you remove Pant, I think Siraj and Kohli together, oh my God, that's a recipe for disaster. Siraj has absolutely no idea when to appeal and when not to appeal. And the confidence which he goes to Kohli and Pant and saying, yeah, he's out, take the DRS. And the ball is fucking going 1 feet above the stumps. It's just insane. I mean, one would learn from mistakes, but he's not learning. He's just. I just read some stat of the 10 DRS reviews that Siraj has taken of his bowling. Only 1 was successful. I'm 100% sure. Anyone, I would do a better job.
That was a fluke. Obviously.
That was a fluke. Correct.
Exception proved the rule, right? That's what they say. Exception proved the rule. What do you think, Vikram?
I think they're really close to Root and Butler because...
Root has patches when he's not good, but they're actually very good.
They're good, but I'm just talking about the combination of Root and Butler because some of the... See, LBWs can be misjudged and I would not include Pant in that trio because actually Pant tried to stop.
Yeah.
You
Kohli.
agree? You agree?
So he tried to stop Kohli. It was a very funny incident yesterday when like he was showing the tee and he was like holding his hand. Still he went for it, Kohli.
In
But
his
I
head, he
mean,
would be like, "Oh my God, not
Root
again."
and
I think it needs to be neck locked. It's like put down on the fling, like iska roko, haath roko. It's like jump, like floor. All right. Next question is specifically this is made for you, created for you, and why do you love Ashwin so much? Do you have a man crush on Ashwin? What's happening
Let me
here?
get this straight. Let me get this straight. I have no affiliations with Ashwin. I don't like love him. I don't. He's not like something that has happened like greatest thing to Indian cricket. No, I just have a problem with the other 11. Like, why is he always the first one to get dropped? Whenever, like, from the 12, you have to pick 11. Why is Ashwin always the one who gets left out? He has 400 wickets. He has 5 Test centuries. He has scored more than 2,500 runs. What the hell are we talking about? Like, he has scored more runs than Jadeja. He has more centuries than God knows, like, half the team. It's just baffling. A spinner of this quality, no matter the conditions, even if it's a green top, he's a intelligent enough bowler to either stranglehold one end and build pressure, or he'll get you wickets. He's, I mean, it's just baffling to me. Like, I understand the temptation of going with 4 fast bowlers, but we forget we are India. Who the hell, like since when do we when have we become a nation with 4 fast bowlers? Unless you have a Hardik Pandya like bowling all rounder, fast bowling all rounder, you can't play four fast bowlers. Like, it's just insane. Like, and leave out a batsman. I mean, leave out a bowler like Ashwin. That's my problem. He's
Okay,
a wicket.
first of all, we need 4 fast bowlers in England, and that's what you almost beat England there. If you take 3, they will get tired, which exactly happened in WTC final when you got screwed by New Zealand, and people have already forgotten that New Zealand is the world champion. Literally, me and I were talking with the biggest nations in Test cricket, and we forgot New Zealand. That's how nobody cares about New Zealand. Now, if you want Ashwin to come in, who do you want to go out? Because we need 4 fast bowlers. Jadeja
Siraj.
cannot be dropped. Jadeja has been amazing as a batsman. You know that.
My answer is clear, Siraj. I'm
Everybody
ready
loves
with the
Siraj.
answer.
he is the only
I don't know who this
bowler
everybody
who's
is.
taken-
We almost won the match, barring the rain, and you still don't like it.
Ishant
I
has
mean,
got Butler.
in place of Shardul or Siraj, Ashwin has to play.
Shardul was already beaten by Ashwin when he was sleeping. And this is the lengths you guys go to just to play.
I mean, really, like, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's, how can you compare Ashwin with Shardul and Siraj? Like, I mean, why?
I think it's
Like, there
It's
is
a
no
combination
comparison.
thing. It's a combination. Okay, one final rant is that we need 4 bowlers, and if we don't put 4 fast bowlers, we will get tired and we'll lose. It's simple as that. We're just not able to put him in. It's just circumstantial. It's not personal. It's
No, so
just
then-
it's the best
so like-
combination.
No, by the way, like you are asking your tail to do some practice and like lengthen like the batting, make the tail contribute with the bat. Why don't you ask one of your top 6 batsmen to like learn like a little bit of Saurav Ganguly like swing bowling? Why
Okay,
do
I've just had
bowlers
enough.
have
I've
to
just had enough.
already learn
Vikram, you
everything?
speak. I can't do this anymore.
No, I think according to me, it was
In a country
right
of billion
decision to-
people, you can't find a one medium pace bowling all rounder to replace Jadeja.
Because Hardik doesn't want to do it. He just want to put fucking pictures on Instagram. What do we do?
That's my problem. Why is Ashwin the like Bakra in all this? Like, I don't believe that you need 4 fast bowlers. That's the only way you can win a Test match in England. We are coming at the end of English summer. The pitches are getting slower. If this was June or July, then I agree with you. The pitches are getting slower. There are hundreds of matches. Like,
We are winning and you're still complaining.
who is winning? Look at the score right now.
Yeah, because just before this podcast started, we screwed up everything.
So, I mean, I'm vindicated. So I'm happy.
I hate the word vindicated. I don't even know what it means. I'm just Indians.
So, anyways, I'll leave it at that. I don't have love for Ashwin.
Vikram, final word. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a right decision. I mean, according to
Yeah,
me-
yeah, yeah.
I think it was the right decision to drop Ashwin at least in the first match.
Drop. That's the
Not drop,
operative
but
word.
replace because Shardul was there. In this match, there was a better case for playing Ashwin because we have a very long tail now because we have Ishant Sharma. But I don't think we should drop Siraj. If Ashwin had to play, he had to play in place of Ishant because he didn't. I mean, just now he got one wicket, but he didn't bowl really well so far. And the only bowler who took wickets was Siraj, so he cannot drop Siraj.
Did Root get another 100 or what? What's
Yeah,
happening?
he did.
Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's
Who
still
got out? Butler.
Butler got bored.
Jesus Christ. Sofyani took a wicket. Anyway, we'll come back to this thing eventually. See, we got to see the results at the end. Okay, right now, question number 6. Did KL Rahul officially kill Prithvi's test career, who's just been flown all over from Sri Lanka with his majestic 100 and the way he's been playing? Is this over for Prithvi? And do you agree that Prithvi did not even deserve to win the test team in the first place?
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't have recalled him in the test squad. You already had. I mean, I understand the concept of injuries, but you already have Shubman Gill, Mayank Agarwal, and KL Rahul. So I think you're right. In the short run, Prithvi's opening dreams for India in a test match have been like killed for sure. But good part is Prithvi is young. I think he's 19, 20. Who knows in 4-5 years?
He's
Rohit
21,
Sharma
22.
retires.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Rohit Sharma retires and, but the good thing is like Prithvi's career is in front of him. For now, yes, his dreams are killed.
Yeah. Anything add to it? You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think only reason he got recalled was both Gill and Mayank are injured, so they needed some backup because we don't have any other opening option apart
Why
from
did they
KL
get
Rahul, I
that
think.
Ishwaran? What is Ishwaran doing in the squad if you don't give him a chance?
We need
It's a
to keep
backup
people
opener.
from South India who don't play. That's a quota.
Yeah, it's a
He's the
conspiracy.
Ashwin batting.
Just protest in the roads here. Ashwin
Yeah.
in, Kohli out in Bangalore.
Kohli, Kohli is.
You want
Kohli
to
has-
fly in and join them?
Kohli has a thing against South Indians.
He's just stirring the pot right now, okay? Just stirring the pot, creating controversies unnecessarily.
North
Luckily, our
Indians-
podcast is not
North-
popular. Otherwise, this is going to create mayhem in this goddamn country.
Kohli is a North Indian supremacist.
Dude, this podcast is not going to age well. This podcast is not going to age well. They're gonna ban you, like, they're gonna ban you from coming to India, just the way they banned like people like who's that great writer, Salman Rushdie. You'll be the fucking next Salman Rushdie of India, who'll be stuck in Toronto.
Tavleen Singh's.
Tavleen Singh, nobody cares about Tavleen Singh. Rushdie is the only guy. Okay, I gotta move on to the next question because you guys are just completely destroying this podcast, creating controversy, which is kind of good thing. So is Mohammad Siraj, sticking to Mohammad Siraj, is the new god of sledging, or he needs to punch the babyface Sam Curran, or make out with his girlfriend? Sam Curran is not his own girlfriend. He's Muslim. He's not supposed to have a girlfriend. If he has, he can't show them. To dethrone Virat Kohli as the ultimate sledging god. And what's
Getting
wrong with
there,
Siraj?
right? I think he's just trying to impress.
Even on a not out, he's doing this thing. Shh. He should take it back, right? Because they didn't take the review and the umpire did not give it out. They're like, take it back, take it back.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying too much. He just needs to calm down, focus on his bowling. I don't know why he's doing all these antics, but yeah, he's getting.
Yeah,
there.
I want the stump mic recording of whatever the fuck he's saying, because I've never heard him speak a single word of English, and his Hindi is also like he's from Hyderabad. It's like, oh, yaar, kar rahe hain, kar. Sam Curran is like, what the fuck are you talking? I have no idea. And for all the people he's picking on Sam Curran, if he picks on somebody else, they'll probably beat him. If he tries Jimmy Anderson, God forbid, Jimmy.
By the way, I would have loved if Siraj did this against Andrew Flintoff or Kevin Peterson in their prime. Oh my God, that would be.
Stuart Broad will punch him. Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, Stuart Broad is out. Do you have anything to add on this thing, Bunty?
No, I think it's just the early days, and he's excited. He wants to impress everyone, and it's just I think he's just seen all the fast bowlers being intimidating and everything. So
Maybe it's a conspiracy, the fact that, as Lal has been saying that Virat Kohli is obviously favoring Siraj, and Lal wanted Siraj to be out, and now Siraj thinks like, if I just behave like
He's
Virat
shushing me,
Kohli.
by the way.
He's also from South India, by the way.
He's shushing me, by the way. He watches
Shushing
this
you.
podcast. Yeah, he's,
Shushing you.
he's
I don't want to stir the pot anymore that we had a two Muhammad quota, that you had to have two people with the same first name. That can be. But if there's two Muhammad quota, why is there no two Ravi quota? Because Ravi Chandra Ashwin is there, and because they say like only Ravi Shastri is also there. Even his name is exactly the same name as the coach, and he still can't fucking get in. I mean, that's something.
that's something really. I agree.
And
That's
on
why I'm
top of
saying
that,
this is
Virat
Kohli's
Kohli
doing.
says, and on top of that, Virat Kohli says he was in the 12-player list.
12.
Oh my God,
Like,
that must have hurt,
even
man.
further.
Yeah, that's so demeaning. He was in the 12. He was in the 12. And then like, I'm not really sure, but anyway, he's not playing. So, okay. Now, this is an interesting question I have. Number 8 and two more questions to go. The rumor mill says that Jimmy Anderson signed a 2-year contract with ECB when he turned 30 9 years ago. But ECB, on Daniel Levy's cunning advice, changed it to a 20-year contract by adding a zero next to it without a release clause. And now Anderson has to play for England till he turns 50. Now, what is your take on this scam that ECB and Daniel Levy have played on this guy? And I think England just need him till he's 50 because they really don't have anybody. They have tons of bowlers, but they're just either injured for the entire season, and we don't even know if they're going to come back. And Jimmy Anderson is the only bowler they have, and Joe Root is the only batsman they have.
Master stroke. I think this is called
Master stroke, right?
Synergy between sports, right? How do you learn from each different sports? This is great. I mean, I wish in India we have some transference of skills and things like that from different sports. But yeah, I mean
This is
is
masterstroke,
hilarious.
right? 39-year-old bowler. You're relying on him to bowl 30 overs every innings. After he had his quad problem, like literally he was injured. He's still going on and on
And
bowling and
takes 5
bowling.
wickets.
And takes a fifer.
It's
He's super grumpy still, always grumpy. He's like, Jimmy, can you just take us some wickets? If Jimmy wasn't there, what would have happened? So it's not Ashwin, it's Jimmy. Question here is, I don't know if I have another question by the time I ask this question. Who was more embarrassed? Hasib Hamid getting out on a straight ball by your favorite Siraj, or the entire Australian squad after getting all out for 62 against Bangladesh? Yes, fucking Bangladesh. It's not that they got out on 62 on one match. They lost the series 4-1 before they lost the series of T20 against, who was it? West Indies, 4-1. It's just been embarrassing. But Hasib Hamid,
Yes.
dude, that was just nerves, man. Because even you and I or Bikram or anybody, even Bikram's child would not play that kind of shot. He was just like, and the fact that once he got bowled, he was just still went through his stride. Went through the entire thing, followed
Yeah,
through. And then he was like, okay,
yeah.
that was embarrassing. But that's exactly
Yeah.
why I had long hair, so I can cover my face.
Yeah, if Jeffrey Boycott was on air, he would have
That was not good.
Said his grandmom would have played that better. It was purely nerves. It was a straight ball. I mean, I just feel sorry for him. I mean, it's just the occasion got to him. But yeah, I mean, that's how sports work. I mean, he scored a century against India in the warm up match, right? And that's why he was recalled in the side.
But that's the thing, it's a mind thing, right?
Yeah.
There's no mind thing, right? Because
Yeah, it's
if
a
you
mind
notice, what happened is he took guard thrice before getting to bat, and I was just listening to Michael Vaughan because I don't know how many guards he takes before, but Michael Vaughan clearly said he does not take 3 guards. This was very unusual. He was very nervous, and the fact that he's an opener, so he was sitting there. By the way, me and Bikram were talking when he was sitting there balcony. Root was just mucking around, and he was just sitting like this. Like he's just shitting his pants completely, this guy. So, see, but the bigger problem is that if you're a person to succeed at international level, you just can't be that nervous. I mean, it's not his fault, and I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's going to do very well, and he has talent. But, he needs to find out a way, or whatever the fuck way, because you're that nervous. That ball was nowhere wicket taking. That was a 4 delivery, man, written all over it. He should have spanked it through the covers. Like spanked it through the covers and scored another century against India, but he did not.
And Siraj would
So
have
that was the last
come
question.
up.
Do you have anything to add on this thing?
No, I think I mean Australia didn't play their full strength squad anyway, but I think still going down.
Australia apologist is here. I thought I was the greatest Australia apologist. Now Bikram has also become like me.
No, I'm just saying. You didn't let me finish, but I'm just saying that even then they shouldn't have I mean, you can lose the series, but losing 4-1 and the last match.
They were even playing a woman cricketer in there.
Yeah,
you can't lose the
correct.
series. You can't. There is no
So
excuse.
yeah, I think
No excuse.
I mean, yeah, Hamid, I think
There's no excuse to lose that series 4-1. They got destroyed.
right.
Yeah, they were destroyed. They couldn't chase 120 in like 4 matches. How is that possible? Like I just fail to understand.
That's the reality of it. Just if Ashwin is not playing, how is that possible? That's the question you're going to keep asking. But I've got another question for you, both of you. Who do you think is going to win this match right now? Because it's very evenly poised. Bikram, can you just give us the live score right now as we're recording this thing? Joe Root, has he made 300 already?
It's 290 for 5,
290 for 5. How much is the lead to go?
74.
Oh, India people like, oh, India will make 550. Rahul will make 200. He got out on the fucking first delivery, mate. And then Ajinkya Rane, you just can't just think, yeah, let's just give it a dolly to the route. Like, yeah. Do you think, because this is not going to be a draw. This is very, very good weather. Even on the first day, it rained surprisingly, but they still were able to bowl 90 overs. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but they've been flexible. They actually moved beyond the 7 o'clock limit. They gave another 15 minutes after that. So there's going to be a result. Which way is going to be, Lal? You're the gully cricket legend.
I'm telling you, it's a draw.
Sitting on the fence.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. England will get like 20-30 run lead, so they'll be very close to our score. Then India, again, Rahul and Rohit will give them a good start. India will like play and make close to 300, and it'll go to like the first session of the 5th day, and then England will not have enough time to chase that down, or India won't have enough time to take 10 wickets.
What do you think, Vikram?
Okay, I will go ahead and say I think India will win it.
Okay, England's going to win this thing. That's the difference between real pundits like me who have EQ. You guys have a lot of IQ. The thing is that it's going to be same thing, Hasib Hamid thing. Okay, Rahul's problem is not that he doesn't have talent. Rahul has unbelievable talent. Okay, the deal was that it's a mind thing. So when you're chasing now, India were not expecting to be, down, and suddenly they're down by like maybe 20, 30, whatever runs. They're going to be down. Okay, realistically. So when these people come out, James Anderson will be like, listen, buddy, I'm going to take another 5 wickets, and I don't think Rahul will be able to perform the same way in the second innings. Although I've been wrong about Rahul in this whole series, but my percentages. Sometimes he's going to fail, right? So he's got to fail right now. Come on, man, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
But that can happen with Root also in the second innings.
So it's a very good one, right? It's like draw.
Yeah.
You want India to win. I want England to win. I mean, I'm saying England to win. I don't want anybody to win. No, I want somebody to win. I don't want draw. Lal, history will remember you, English Weather, and Dom Sibley for single-handedly killing Test cricket. Okay, you guys are the ones who are drawing every fucking thing. Like, at least don't predict at all. But if you were to pick one team, who's going to win? Like, if you were to pick a team,
England. If I had to pick one, then England.
right now, fair enough, right? Joe Root. And how do we get Joe Root out? Please, somebody tell us. Because before 2 years ago, people were like, how do we get Steven Smith out?
Ashwin, I'm telling you.
I think I set myself the trap. I set myself the trap.
Ashwin will make Root his bunny.
Do we have statisticians? Somebody tell me what is the record of Ashwin against Root, because I want to like completely. We'll edit this podcast, but right now, please find it. I want to throw this mud, throw this dung on his face right now, because you keep saying Ashwin, and we'll find out that Ashwin has been getting centuries against. Sorry, Root has been getting centuries against this guy. We know the record, okay? I have done my due diligence. Ashwin was the highest scorer in the last Lord's Test when we got out on both the innings in 100 or 100 something, and then we lost by an innings. But Ashwin also got 0 wickets.
But that was 4 years ago.
3, you just said 3, now you say 4.
I mean, it's 2017 or 18. I don't remember.
You keep increasing the years.
So
you think we've been talking for 1 year? You just missed a birthday. What is this, Social Network, the movie?
By that logic, like Kohli should score 5 centuries. He scored like 4 centuries in the previous series. I'm telling you, he will not score 1 century in this 5 Test matches.
Now you're just overdoing it. Please keep this on. I'm going to make this clip of bloopers. You and Sunil Gavaskar talking shit. Yesterday you found Sunil Gavaskar talking. Sanjay Majekar talks all the shit all the time. No, yesterday Sanjay Majekar said that we used to be Sanjay. It was who's the other guy? Harsha.
Bhogle.
Harsha Bhogle said we used to be intimidated by the Australians in the 70s, and Sunil Gavaskar, his ego got hurt. He's like, we were not intimidated. We just had shit bowlers.
No. He said IPL.
Did you find any stat?
No, I didn't find any.
We'll find the stat. We'll put it there. We'll show you how badly he's been hitting Ashwin.
I'm telling you, he's going to make his money in this series if he plays. If the North Indian supremacist allows him to play.
If is the operative word is if. I don't think he already said. See, this is the template. If you really want to have a good time after this podcast, please listen to this podcast with DK and Virat Kohli. It's an interview. It's amazing. You'll fall in love with Virat Kohli, and after that, you will never say anything bad about him ever again. All right. Take care. Thanks for your time. And everybody listening, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. We're the best. Better than ESPN. Bye now.
Bye bye.